It's amazing how you can be meeting and interacting with individuals in person and have all the confidence in the world, but now I'm sitting facing a camera and I feel completely out of my element. Hello everyone, my name is Elisabeth. I'm going on this journey on YouTube and I really would like very much to hear from some of you who are also just starting out in your journey. You might be students, you might be early career professionals, you might be individuals who are very established, but you're maybe working on developing your own brand. Please do subscribe, right? Because I think that's part of the process. The more I hear from you, the more that I will be able to know what I'm doing right. So I was trying to think about what my first topic would be. And in thinking about what my channel is going to be all about, I think most of what I'm going to focus on is personal development, entrepreneurialism, leadership. We're going to talk a lot about leadership because I think that's a big part of what I'm focused on in my own content development. I am filming this now at almost 9 o'clock at night. It was supposed to be a daytime shoot, but it took actually quite a bit to figure out all the elements of how to get the setup. So it might be a little grainy, but I'll figure this out over the next several episodes and we'll start to figure out a rhythm here. I do hope that I'll be able to publish these episodes once every week. At the moment, I'm filming in Zimbabwe, in a forest where there are elephants and wildlife. So if you hear some strange noises in the background, forgive me. I'll talk about that in another episode, but for now, we're just gonna focus on the content that I really wanna share with you today. And I do hope that you'll stick around because we do have 3 great points that we wanna make. And this is all about how to really be great at leading. So I'm going to start with what I think is the most critical element of leadership. If you're gonna really do this, if you're going to go down this road and say, I'd like to become a leader, there's certain things you have to think about and that you have to commit to. And the biggest is trust. And when you think about the people that have had the most positive influence on your life, whether it's personal or professional, think about those individuals. And really, what did those relationships that you had with them have in common? If you had a positive relationship and you looked up to them, you must have trusted them. And in order to lead effectively, in order for you to be a leader, it's critical that you cultivate an atmosphere of trust. Trust amongst your employees, trust amongst your peers. It's also important to remember that trust goes both ways. So let your staff take risks. Let them take chances that maybe won't always pan out. Trust is huge, and let's not lose sight of that. The next item that I want to really talk about is setting expectations and being consistent in the expectations that you set for your team. When you're working with your employees, make sure that they know what is expected of them. Have you ever worked for someone where you just really don't know how you're doing, you don't know how to navigate whether or not you're on the right track, maybe you're not getting any feedback? It's super, super important to be consistent and clear in setting expectations. If you're vague or if you're inconsistent, your staff won't be able to chart their course. They won't know what to do. And that could lead to a tremendous amount of confusion. It could lead to insecurities on the part of your employees. It could really result in a non-productive environment. So your role is to give your employees achievable objectives, teach them what they need to know, and then give them the support that they need to get the job done. But don't set expectations and then not abide by them yourself. You'll have a very difficult time enforcing your expectations if you're not actually living by the same expectations, okay, or living up to the same expectations. Be the person that you want your employees to be. All right, so moving on, we're going to now talk about, I think, one of the biggest concepts of leadership everyone talks about, and that is vision. You must have a vision as a leader. And your job is to inspire and motivate your team to push forward single-mindedly towards a common goal. So to do this, you must first fully commit yourself to a vision that you're attempting to inspire. So you cannot inspire vision in others if you are not committed to that vision yourself. So the first thing you have to do is really ensure that you yourself are grounded. You understand where you're going. You know the direction you're going. And that'll build into all the other things we've already talked about, because if you don't believe in what your vision is, you can't really say that you're being authentic and that you can be trusted. If you're inspired and excited about what you're doing, then you'll be contagious. That excitement will be contagious. If every day you demonstrate that you're devoted to what you're believing in, what your vision is, what you're doing, then your staff will follow you to that finish line. Leaders don't operate in a vacuum. They involve their staff at every single point in the path. If you leverage your employees' strength and you congratulate them on their victories, help them to learn from their mistakes, and cheer your team along as they move in lockstep with you towards your goals, then you'll gain this critical buy-in from all of your staff, from all of your team, from all of the people that you're working with, and you'll be able to proudly bear the mantle of leadership. And that's ultimately what you're looking to do, right? Okay, so we've talked quite a bit about leadership. I hope this has been very, very helpful to you. I cannot tell you how difficult this was, right? I thought I'd just sit down in front of a camera and just start talking about leadership or whatever the topic would be for the day. And I'll tell you what, I really have so much respect for all these YouTubers, because it turns out it's actually quite a process.